Hello, and welcome to Grug Gaming, and welcome back to our Let's Play, Ultima 7. Last episode, we made our way from the town of Britain, all the way up here to you in Empath Abbey, and it's time for us to talk to the monks about the Will-O-Wisps so we can find out what we need to do to meet Doctor Who, the Time Lord. So, let's get going, and let's hope we don't cover the screen up with the map a lot this time. Who knows what'll happen. So here at Empath Abbey, let's see if we can find some monks. Looks like they've got some bread laid out. A little bit of gold here in the Abbey as well. That's okay. Ooh, that's probably a monk right there. Let's say hello. The friendly-looking monk signals you over to him. What's your name? He smiles. My name is Craig, my lord. What's your job? I'm a monk here at the Abbey. I am working on an alchemical mixture. What kind of mixture? Well, my lord, we here at the Abbey will soon be taking a vow of silence. However, it will take some time for all of us to become accustomed to the sound of silence. Therefore, I am creating a potion that enables the imbiber to become temporarily silent. The concept is very similar to a potion of invisibility. Really? As a matter of fact, my research has reached an impasse, for I cannot determine the nature of some critical reagents. What I need is a potion of invisibility to analyze. Then I can progress from there. He looks at you, hopefully. Wouldst thou be willing to obtain a potion for my studies? It is likely that thou couldst find one easily at the mage Nicodemus. Sure. He sighs, obviously relieved. Thank thee, my lord. How about the Abbey? Sadly, I am so involved with my studies that I have no time to visit the surrounding area or learn any new faces. What about the vow? Well, he looks embarrassed. After reading a book on how we compare to our predecessors, we learned that most people expect us to take a vow of silence. So, he shrugs, we have chosen to do so. Once I can make that potion, I realize that it sounds foolish, but I truly believe it will help us produce more wine. Really? Wine? The monk's wine is renowned throughout all of Britannia, or so I thought. A puzzled look fills his face. Ah well, that is no matter. Regardless, I sincerely recommend to thee to try some of our exquisite drink. What about your predecessors? Surely thou knowest of what I speak? Meditation, silence, ascetics, and so forth. All right. Goodbye. He nods farewell to you. Let's see here. The wine monk. The monk pulls back her cowl, far enough for you to see her face. What's your name? Thou mayst call me Amy, my lord. What's your job? As a monk, I am not sure how to answer thy question. I often help to make wine, however, my lord. In my spare time, I paint or tend my garden here at the Abbey. All right, tell me about painting. Yes, she blushes. I have long admired those who are able to express themselves visually. Sadly, she says, laughing, I am not very good, however. I also collect art. In fact, I have an original sterling hanging in my room. Perhaps thou couldst see it sometime. What about the garden? My garden? I have been tending it for years now. I am a firm believer in the value of aesthetics, so I plant only flowers. Sometimes I sell them in bouquets, when people want them, but I do that very rarely. Alright, what about the Abbey? I have spent little time with others in the area. Thou mayest wish to speak with Taylor, for he knows much more about the people, animals, and sights in this area than I do. Ah, Taylor's the man we need to find. Okay. What about Craig? I'm afraid I do not know of such a person. Okay, what about the aesthetics? It refers to the practice or study of all things beautiful. What about Taylor? He's a fellow monk. He spends his time studying the plants, animals, and geography of Britannia. What can you sell? Thou wish to buy a bouquet? No. Perhaps next time. Thou mightst be interested. For now, my lord, do no more than promise me thou wilt take the time to enjoy my garden. Well, I'm sure we can enjoy her garden at some point here. That's a sentence full of innuendo. Looks like here's her room. There's her painting on the background. It's kind of a saucy painting of what looks like a naked lady. We won't get too close to that. Let's see. Over on this side of the Abbey, we've got nobody. Oh, there's a monk hanging out. Hello, sir. You see an attractive, studious-looking man. What's your name? My name is Taylor, my lord. What's your job? I study the local flora, fauna, and geography here at the monastery. Ooh, tell me about the monastery. Our order is called the Brotherhood of the Rose. Tell me about the order. Yes, my lord. One other monk, Amy, lives here in the abbey. She is a painter and gardener. Wait, but what about Craig? That name does not sound familiar, my lord. Perhaps he is not from this area. What? Oh, there is some stuff going down. Tell me about geography. I use my knowledge of the local landscape to aid in my studies. The better I know the locale, the further away I can travel from the Brotherhood Abbey and still be sure I will be able to return, unlike a fellow monk of mine. Who was the fellow monk? He became lost some time ago while surveying the area for birds. The golden-cheeked warbler, I believe it was. Sadly, he traveled too far, and we have not heard from him since. I do not wish to suffer the same fate. How about the gardener? She raises the most lovely flowers that I have ever seen. Thou must see them to believe of their existence. The painter? He smiles. Between us, she is a far better gardener. The flora? There are many beautiful plants in this area. I am working on learning about all of them. Julius. This name doesn't ring a bell. Julius, I cannot be certain, but it's possible he may be someone who now resides in the cemetery. I have heard that name mentioned as someone who was brought to the abbey to be buried. Though I know not who brought him, and I do not remember from whom I heard it, I do hope he was not a friend of thine, he says apologetically. I don't know. I don't remember the name Julius. Maybe someone can remind me. Fauna. Many different species of animals reside in the forest. I have encountered some fascinating ones in my studies. Have you encountered the wisps? The wisps? I doubt they exist. I realize many people seem to believe in them, but I have never seen any. If thou must know, popular legend maintains that they inhabit the forest area near the Emps. Supposedly, the Emps are able to speak with them. Emps? Thou mayest look for them if it is thy wish, but I would not waste precious time myself. What are the Emps? Ah, the Emps. I have not been able to glean much information about them. They live on the eastern edge of the deep forest. Okay. Not too terribly far from here. They resemble apes, but only slightly. They are exceedingly shy and will rarely feel comfortable enough to approach a human. The only way I was able to view an Emp closely occurred when I happened to have honey in my pack, which I had just picked up from Bee Cave. The creature appeared, stared at me for a few minutes, and then asked, I say, for mine honey. I believe they are empathic. Hence their name. Quite interesting species. Dost thou not agree? Woo! What about precious time? There's so many exciting things to investigate. Tree flowers, for example, my lord. Honey. The honey from the caves is quite tasty, but rarely can one get it without a fight. The Bee Caves can be a rather dangerous place. Where is Bee Cave? The Bee Cave is located to the southwest of the Abbey, but if thou art planning a trip there, beware the giant bees that live in Bee Cave. Okay? Their venom is very poisonous. If thou wish, I can give thee a smoke bomb that will repel the bees for a short time. Does thou want it? Sure. Here it is. All right. Well, may thy knowledge increase with thine encounters with nature, my lord. So two things going on here. One, we have to go to a bee cave and get some honey. Oh, is that just garlic hanging out? It is. It is a garlic. Anything up here on the roof? Oh, look at that. That's cool. Got like a big roof area. Man, so we need to talk to the Emps to figure out what's going on with the wisps. And number two, we're not going to help this guy, by the way. This is a bad guy. Hello, my lord? Goodbye. He nods farewell. No one knows who you are. You're a bad person. We are not giving you a potion. At all. But he said to go to Bee Cave, so we got to go to the cave, probably fight some bees and find this honey. So if we look at our map, which don't worry, I'll make go away this time, and we look at here was this cave. It's in kind of the right position to what he mentioned. So we're going to go around the outside and enter here, and I'm going to bet we're going to have to find some honey in this cave. We seem to be okay. I mean, we're a little low on health on some characters, but I think it's early enough in the day still. Let's see here. What is that? Oh, that's the smoke bomb he gave us. We'll just, in case we need it. Oh, it's 1:30 p.m. And no, we'll just keep going. I don't think it's... We have our fire sword. If it gets dark, it'll be fine. So, if we head back down to where Nicodemus's house was, there's the Knight's Bridge game. So there should be some mountains. And if we go around the outside of these mountains, and we kind of hug them, let's do a save. Save, empty slot, bees! Just in case. If we hug this mountain, I think we'll come across the bee cave entrance, if this is actually it on our map. We'll see. It looks like it's a pretty small cave if this is the one if this is what I think it is. Of course, knowing our luck, it won't be the right cave because we've had so much luck. Oh, hey, this is the bee cave. Wait, where are you going? Where are you going? Greetings, travelers. What's your name? I am called Saramed. Art thou fellowship members? How art thou called? I am called Grug. Well met, Grug. Perhaps thou couldst introduce me to thine companions. Let's introduce him. Let's introduce Dupre. Greetings, Dupre. Thou art looking quite well today. Glad to make thine acquaintance. Sentry. Greetings, Sentry. May good fortune to thee. Glad to make thine acquaintance. Here's Shamino. How art thou, Shamino? Thy woodcraft is renowned in Britannia. Renown follows those who travel with the Avatar. I thank thee. But did I hear thee say Avatar? Say not that thy leader is the one true Avatar. It is indeed true. 'Tis an honor to meet thee, Avatar. YOLO. Thy good health, sir. Many campaigns sit upon thy brow. It is an honor. Avatar, this stranger grows upon me by the moment. Surely he would be a boon traveling companion. Oh, please. Hush, Dupre. Jaina? Greetings, Jaina. May good fortune be thine. Glad to make thine acquaintance. Come on, this is Jaina. She has traveled with us before. She should be part of the legend. And little Sparky. Greetings, young man. How comes one so young into such company? I am an orphan. Way to start a conversation, Spark. My father has been most cruelly murdered, mutilated in the stables of Trinsic. That's no good. That is a grievous tale. But surely the time for grief is past. Thou art in the company of great companions. Thou speakest rightly. I shall bring my father's murder to justice, or die in the attempt. What about the Fellowship? I have no love for the Fellowship. We shall speak of it when I know thee better. What's your job? I am but a humble woodsman. I garner my living from the forest, and find knowledge in its depths. I have explored all this region. What kind of knowledge? Many years have I dwelt by the mountains. Many spans have vanished under my roaming feet. Into the depths of the dark swamp I have gone, and to the heights of the mountains. I know the trees of the forest and the secret places in the earth. Alright, tell me about the forests. The forest is a wild place, but tamed somewhat in recent years. Within, valiant warrior, thou mayest still find creatures spoken of only in legend, hopefully the wisps. The mountains. Vaulting in from the coast looms a narrow spine, dangerous and sharp. Near the crags of those mountains, caves there hold danger, and death for the unwary. The swamps. North of the mountain spur is a dense swamp. Killing slime lurk within, guarding a clear spring. All about the water is foul and noisome. Into thy boots the foul concoction will seep, bringing on nausea and dizziness. The wise traveler wears swamp boots in such places. East, north, and west, that mire is drained. Through you and past the abbey, the westward river flows. The others both bend north into the sea. Secret places. North of my hut is a deep borehole into the mountains. Within lives bees the size of rival sheep or hounds. Their wings stir up leaves as they fly, and thy hum with a noise that make men flee in fear. Some have entered, never to return. Perhaps they are still there. Death is greedy and holds a fate for those of like intent. Speaking of caves and mountains, there are some who dwell near or perhaps in the Cave of Bees. They are hermits. One day I glimpsed a man and a woman deep within the cave as I was hunting. Since then I have seen them twice. I believe they are former citizens of you, though I do not know how they live in harmony with the bees. Man, I'm having all kinds of trouble reading today. What kind of creatures? Aye, such as would devour the unwary and pick bones dry. In the forest are harpies, and slimes on the margins of the swamp, and bees in the caves. Good game live also in the forest, foxes and the like. What about you? Citizens of a reclusive nature feel at peace here. Within the forest lie its buildings, many so grown over as to seem a part of the wood. East of my dwelling the wood is thick, but a woodcrafty traveler may find the houses there. East of his dwelling. Which is south of the bee cave, so weird. The Abbey. Empeth Abbey is its proper name, my lord. They practice ancient arts there, and eldest being the fermentation of distillation of spirits. Demand for their products is high in you. The sea? The sea! Its waves soothe the rough mood, but its fury is unrivaled. Ask those who live upon it. A gift it is to live by it and reap its natural harvest. I cast in a line when I may. Dost thou wonder what mysteries the sea must hold? Yes, of course. I also wonder, but the doings of those who travel upon it are more familiar to me. I have seen pirates land upon the northern coast. What about slime? A dangerous organism is the greenish slime. Acidic to touch, it will hurl pseudopods at its prey from 3 paces. Never sleeping, it has no mind and is composed in the main of poisonous substances, and engulfs and devours helpless animals voraciously. Foxes. Cunning is the fox, and shy of humans. We shall never belong to the forest as they do. This puts me in mind of a story. Wouldst thou like to hear it? Yes. One day, while walking along the edge of the swamp, I happened upon a strange sight. A fox was held at bay on a small hillock in the midst of the swamp, and all about the hillock writhed green slime. Slowly the slime crept up toward the fox, and suddenly the fox trotted directly across the surface of the ooze. Unharmed, the fox dashed off into the wood, leaving the slime writhing behind. By this I guess that the victims of slime are those caught sleeping or unaware. Harpies. A malformed flying horror. Thou wouldst not want to meet one. Bees. Such bees as thou hast never seen. Large as a wolf they are, with wings stretching over a span in length. A creature stung by them will pass into a deep death, like sleep. I have hunted them on many occasions, for I use their poison on my arrows, and I like their honey. Perhaps together we might journey into the cave for some? Ooh, we might ask him to join us. Tell us about... Well, we already asked about you. Citizens are reclusive, and they're all good. Arrows. I fashion my arrows from the stingers of giant bees. With them one may put a foe to sleep. If thou wouldst like, I would be happy to give thee a dozen of my special arrows. Art thou interested? Sure. Use them with care, for even a scratch may put one to sleep, he says, handing you 12 arrows. Pirates? Perhaps they land to cache their booty in the forest. I have never followed them. And do you want to join us, buddy? I would be honored, my lord. Oh, we just got a full party. Tell me something, if thou please. Many years have passed since I first learned my woodcraft. Such craft includes skill in arms. And I must know, does the Avatar prefer mystical enchantment to overcome enemies, or physical strength and valor in arms? We are definitely a valor in arms type of Avatar. I have often suspected it. I am honored to travel with thee. I shall watch thee up diligently, for surely thou art the greatest fighter who ever lived. When our quest is complete, we shall regale each other with our exploits. Tell me, dost thou prefer hand-to-hand combat or ranged weaponry? I prefer hand-to-hand. Such weapons require strength and daring. I admire such qualities, and thou seemst man enough for such close work. But my preferences run to the bow, an ancient weapon and elegant. A fine bow of you may bring down game sooner than a sword. All right, next time, my lord. Well, got us a new party member. He's very green, shockingly green, and he brings 1 piece of meat, some regular arrows, some special sleepy time arrows. I'm never going to say this guy's name right. We're just going to call him Robin Hood. So, first of all, here are the arrows you just gave us. You can just carry those. Why don't you just put those in your backpack? Go ahead and... Does anybody have an extra boomerang for this man? Who, What level? Level 3. Higher dex, good intelligence. Of course, he can't use magic, but he will be able to carry some stuff for us. But does anybody have extra... Oh, there's that magic wand. I totally forgot that. Oh, and some gold. Have some gold. Oh, she can't carry it. Of course not. Of course she can't. Because, as usual, all of our bags are completely full. In fact, why are you carrying those? We don't need you to carry gauntlets. Ooh, we're running low on food. Uh-oh. Are we? Oh no, the food bag is good. Hey! Why is... Hold on. What's going on here? Why are you not dual-wielding your bird? Something went horribly wrong there, Jaina. So we have plenty of food, but I, again, will have to look around for a boomerang to give... Why is our equipment all messed up? Oh, you know what happened? We had everyone leave the party and then rejoin so we could go solo mode. And it looks as though when we did that, everybody just kind of re-equipped themselves with stuff. That's what must have happened. Okay. Well, there isn't an extra... That's why, like, you're not dual-wielding like you should be. Thank you. Goodness. We haven't checked the inventory in so long. See? Although he always has had that sword. That's fine. What else does he have? What is Sentry carrying? Nothing. He has all of our important scrolls and stuff. You've got a bag of potions. More potions. Potions. Swamp boots. And a rod. Huh. Okay. Well, here's what we've got. We got our new party member. We'll get him a boomerang. Or some such. But until then, he'll have to go ahead and use his bow. And we're going to have to find him some leather armor along the way, it looks like. But, party's gotten bigger, everybody. The party has got... Oh my goodness! Giant beasts! Giant beasts! Woo! I wonder how much... Do they each have a... Here, let's collect the stingers. We'll give them to the guy who says he hunts them for them. We're at about almost 25 minutes, so we're going to go ahead and pause here. And next episode, we will head into the actual cave. Look, are you not dual-wielding again? Are we going to have a talk? Okay, you are. Next episode, we'll head into the bee cave, and we'll deal with these bees and get our magic honey. Or special honey. It's not really magic. Until then, I will say thanks for watching. Please tell your friends. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and as always, we hope to see you soon.